Okay, here we go. Hello, beekeepers! Jake here, the beekeeper. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I got into beekeeping and why you should get into beekeeping. But first, don't end this video because I'm gonna cry. No, not really, got you. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can get custom wallpapers, and you can also get t-shirts, free t-shirts. Also, special thanks to Mark Sipes. He was my very first patron. If you don't know what patron is, that's further down in the video. I'll get to that later. But first, let's get into this video. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. That's that button down below this video, that red button. Click it once, don't subscribe twice, subscribe once. So that you can see two videos I post every week on beekeeping. We cover a wide range of beekeeping topics. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see those two videos. Why did I get into beekeeping? So, how did I get into beekeeping? Well, it's actually real easy. So I was probably 10, 13, and we would go with an experienced beekeeper, and I just loved opening hives. And you know what really caught me was when we'd open hives and you would smell the attack and you'd smell the attack pheromone, and every time I would smell that, I'd be like, wow, that's amazing. How do bees do that? And I was just so intrigued. I don't know what that word is. I was so into how bees operated. And so I was like, man, I got to see this closer. And so that's really what set me to wanting to do beekeeping, to get into that hobby. And also, if you think about it, if you do beekeeping, you get free honey and free a bunch of other stuff, and honey lasts a long time. If you think of a lemonade stand, lemonade only lasts so long. By the next few days, your lemonade is spoiled. Now honey, on the other hand, I could have honey sit for years and not go bad. And well, what do you do with all the honey you get from your hives? Well, you can, if you're not going to eat it, you can always sell it or give it away to some friends. Another reason why I got into beekeeping is you see that there's no, well, we grow a lot of fruit trees around here, and if you didn't see that, I posted a video on that. Tag will be right there. We do grow a lot of fruit trees. I've grown some on my own as well, and before we had bees in this area, we would have no fruit. I mean, fruit on the trees, there was no fruit on the trees. And then as soon as we started bringing bees into this area, fruit is so abundant, I mean, the trees can't even handle it. We've had peach trees that the limbs break off because of how heavy they get. That's how great bees are for pollination. They're amazing. And I hope to get some video of that this year. It's really cool. Even the scientists know that without bees pollinate, like 70% of the food we eat. So if we, honeybees, bees pollinate over 70% of the food we eat. So without bees, there would be no us. We'd be eating like fish and bread and things that, if you think about the things that get pollinated by bees, even like clover that the cows get fed, or alfalfa, that stuff has to be pollinated by bees for it to regrow, for the farmer to cut it down to feed to his cows. So even meat is grown by the leaves that are grown by bees. So you gotta have bees. Bees are so important to life that they even put them in Minecraft. I saw an article on that like 3 weeks ago, bees in Minecraft. So bees are very beneficial to our environment. Another reason why I got into beekeeping is I would have a lot of problem with allergies. You know, when your nose is clogged. When I would open my hives, when I'd open up beehives and my nose would be clogged, after a few minutes of going through the hive, it was like heaven on earth. My nose would completely clear up. I just feel so much better just in the hive. Then later on I found out that breathing the air from the hive actually helps you and stuff like that. But that was really great for me too. So now I started thinking, so how could I explain to you why you should start beekeeping? Well, beekeeping is just a fun and profitable hobby. Okay, it doesn't have to be a business. It could just be a hobby that you do. You could own 1 or 2 hives, or 2 or 5 hives, or 200 and 500 hives. Or it can be a business, but it is profitable because if you think about it, it's quite easy to start up. In fact, next week I'm hoping to do a video on how much it would cost to start beekeeping this year, this new year. It's gonna be how much it costed for me to start last year, and I'll just give you the prices and stuff like that. Okay, but here are 5 ways, if a beekeeper is willing to learn how to make money through beekeeping, here are 5 ways you can make money. First, you could sell the stuff that comes from the hive, like honey, wax, pollen, propolis, and venom. Okay, that's 5 ways you can make money already by a beehive, with a beehive. You could have pollinator contracts, pollinating contracts, where you go and say, okay, I'll put my hives in your field and you charge them so much money. You could sell bee equipment like hive tools, brushes, suits, stuff like that. You could sell advisory services like teaching people how to be a beekeeper. The last way you can make money, but it's not the last way I'm going to give you can make money. You could sell seeds and stuff that pollinators pollinate and make money like that. So that's 5 ways you can make money off of your bees, just like that. If you're willing to learn how to make money, you can make this a great hobby that makes you money. And then if you think about it like this, each hive can produce on a great year like 7 to 10 gallons of honey. So you take those 7 to 10 gallons of honey, and what are you going to do with all that honey from one hive? Are you going to eat it all? You think you're going to eat all that honey within a year when the bees make new stuff the next year? I don't think so. So you could sell that honey, or you could make it into like sugar candies and give it away and stuff like that. I hope that helps you get started. That's how I started. So let me know in the comments what you think about that. What you would like to start as a hobby, what you want your children or grandchildren to do for a hobby. Let me know in the comments right now. You can go write that right now. Okay, and that's all I'm going to say for that. Now, Patreon. If you want to support me, you could go to Patreon. And that's a great way to support your local beekeepers if they have Patreon, because without bees there would be no us. If you want to support me as a beekeeper, go on Patreon. All you have to do is scroll all the way over to my About page and scroll to the bottom and you'll see my Patreon link. So if you click on that, that takes you to Patreon. And I set up some attires so that it'll be very easy for you to pick which ones you want. Starting at $1, I know $1 may not be a lot, but it's support. Starting at $1 a month, you're helping save the planet by supporting a beekeeper. And yes, that money will go to help the bees. That goes a long way, and thank you so much. If you click $1, that's great. I know I'm not the best at beekeeping, but I'm learning as much as I can. I'm still trying to figure a few things out, but I'm learning as much as I can. If you ask questions, I'll give you my best advice so that it helps you, and I'll tell you what worked for me. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see those 2 videos I post every week on beekeeping. That's that link right there to subscribe. And also, if you haven't seen that review yet, go back and watch it. It's really great. I'll leave a link to it right here. And if you're starting beekeeping this year, I have great videos coming on how you should start beekeeping. These are all tips that work for me. Let me know suggestions in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.